Hello and welcome to Thursday, December 5th. Today we're headed to the beach. A Christmas sweater. So I'm a little bit frustrated because of our internet here. The Vlogmas videos have been kind of funky. Like I can only set something to upload while we're out of the house, not using any of the Wi-Fi, and it still takes forever. So if there's a delay in some of these videos, then that's why. Hopefully I can kind of catch up / reset when I gain a day next week when I go back home and I get to use my parents' Wi-Fi, which is a little bit better. But we are headed to a beach in Sydney, Balmoral. It's one of our favorites. It's actually the first beach I visited, so that's kind of fun. I think it will be the only beach day. Maybe we can squeeze in one more before I leave, but it's cool, kind of full circle before I go back home to Canada and the snow. And yeah, I'm taking you along with me, but I think we're going to switch to the GoPro now. So how's that wide angle treating you? We're here. I can't believe the amount of smoke. It's actually a little unsettling. I'll put in some pictures. It's really sad, actually. So this is the beach we went to. It's called Balmoral. It's a really nice little cove. Usually has a great view, but the smoke actually kind of got in the way today. But I thought since I just spent the day lounging on the beach, I could actually answer one of the questions just through voiceover, and we can just kind of hang out. So the question that was asked was, since starting medical school, have I experienced any imposter syndrome? And the really short answer of that is yes. Often, actually. And I think that's a really common thing for medical students, or, students of any kind, really. People of any kind, really. The definition of imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. So I think everybody gets glimpses of it from time to time. I've definitely had moments where from 1 second I go, wow, I'm so lucky I'm going to be a doctor, and the next I think, should I even be here? And something to note about those times is that it hasn't always been just when I've been stressed and studying and trying to drag myself through this degree. It's also been in times when I'm really, really happy and really, really exciting that I'm here. And when people recognize that I have a skill, or when friends say, wow, Emma, you're really good at that, or you understand this really well. It's times like that where it really creeps in, actually. So it's not just, oh, I'm struggling to study, so I'm not smart enough to be here. Sometimes it's, oh, wow, they really don't see me for my true colors. They only see what I'm presenting. I'm not actually as skilled as they think I am. So, yeah, those times, they can really suck. And I think I want to talk about it today because I want to demonstrate that it is totally a normal feeling in the sense that a lot of us feel it. But I more so want to focus on how I kind of work my way through those feelings, and hopefully some tips if you come into contact with these icky feelings as well. My first tip is to just talk about it. Talk to your friends and the people that you're studying with. Be open and honest with them and say, look, sometimes it feels like I shouldn't be here. Funnily enough, I technically don't have the perfect prerequisite for my program from anatomy, and that is something that often eats at me, especially when I was struggling with anatomy. So I just talked to the people around me. I said, I'm really struggling with anatomy, and it's really making me feel like I am not good enough to be here. And to add on, I actually am not good enough to be here technically on paper, and that didn't help. And my friends would just talk to me, and we would work on studying together and things like that. And we often have, if you open up to your friends, they will open up with their feelings as well. And that can be really helpful sometimes. because you'll find out that you're not alone in feeling like you shouldn't be here. I think it's a dream for so many of us to get into medical school. And especially if it takes us multiple tries to get in, it really feels like maybe these people that let me in just made a mistake and that I wasn't supposed to be here. And they're going to find out and they're going to kick me out next year or next semester, something like that. And I want to let you know that admissions don't make mistakes, or at least not often. They chose you because they see your potential.
I'm going to link below some really good TED Talks that I've watched and some other resources about imposter syndrome. But really, from what I've found, at least through my personal experience and what most of these things say, is the best way to combat imposter syndrome is to talk about it. And that's not just to get the reassurance that, oh no, yes, you are good enough to be here. It's to notice that other people are feeling the same way and to find some community in that. It can be incredibly reassuring to know that someone else, especially someone you look up to or someone who's a peer in your shoes, feels the same way. So other than talking to people, there's sort of two other strategies that I use. They can feel a little funny when you get started, but I find that they really help. The first is to honestly practice saying positive things to yourself. So when you are deep down, really stressed out, really feeling like you don't belong, reminding yourself that you do. And whether that is saying it out loud, I belong here, I was chosen to be here, I can do this, or writing it down, or journaling your thoughts, but sort of talking to yourself in a positive way can actually be really helpful. I know personally this kind of felt really funny and cheesy when I first started, but now I try to do it when I'm feeling really bad, and it actually can help. The second strategy, which again can feel kind of full of yourself, is to collect positive feedback. So this is something new, when someone says something really good about me, or I get a mark I was shooting for on a test or something like that, I've started collecting them in a notes app on my phone. And it's just a reminder, when I feel really bad, I can read back through those. They've got dates, they've got times, and they've got who said it, and it lets me know these are people who do believe I should be here. And I'm hoping as I go through the next year, it will be something really helpful, because in that collection, I will have notes from peers and notes from superiors and family members and loved ones and all these things. And it'll be something to look at to remind me that I am capable and I do belong here. So you can try it out with me and let me know how the strategy works for you. So that's kind of my thoughts on imposter syndrome. Sorry, the cafe is starting to get really noisy now, so I'm gonna have to end this voiceover and go. We can continue the conversation in the comments. Ask me any question you'd like. Make sure you subscribe to this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.